Hey everyone, this is Dan, First Person Looter, and this is going to be my review of Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Long story short, I really enjoyed this game. My only disappointment is that it wasn't longer.
That's what she said.
I enjoyed this game as much, probably, or even more than my previous Ratchet and Clank game, because that previous one was my very, very first time playing a game like that, and it took some getting used to and whatnot, and so there were frustrations trying to get used to it, but I still liked it. And this one, I liked more. I guess I got the hang of it a little bit more easily-er. I love the dimensional aspects of it. I just love the sounds. Everything that deals with your senses in this game is just so good. Visually, it just looks stunning. I love the aesthetic. I've said it throughout the series when I played it, and I'll say it again here in the review. Generally, I like realistic looking games. Games that are designed to look realistic, have graphical fidelity and quality that looks as real as possible. This has a cartoony style to it, so none of it looks real, but then like the textures actually do look real. And I said in the last playthrough video that it's like if we went to a world and there were creatures that looked as if they were real-life versions of cartoons that we would have come up with. That really looks like a real-life cartoon-style thing that's walking around and running around. I love that. I loved all the particles. I don't remember now what the other game was that I played where there was particles. Oh, the latest Final Fantasy 16. Sometimes when the phoenixes were fighting each other, it was too much particles. I couldn't see what was going on, or maybe it was just that the cameras zoomed in too much, but it was hard to see what the heck was going on. But here, except for one instance, just one, the rest of my 14 videos playing through this, I could see everything just fine. I knew exactly what was going on. It was almost overwhelming, but like in a good way, because it was so action-packed. I thought, yeah, I just loved the look of the particles of everything. When things are exploding, when like the muzzle flashes, the guns, the destruction of the enemies, it looked great. The rain that you see sometimes, and the smoke that's back there, and like this smoke thing, that's actually like my least favorite thing actually, but it still looks great. You can see lens flare, J.J. Abrams' lens flare of right there of that guy going. That just looks great. The sound too, just hearing the explosions when I put my headphones up to 100%, it's just so loud and real and in your face or in your ears, and it sounds so good. It sounded real. There was no gun that really had a lame sound to it. There was the one gun that seemed like the most normal of the projectiles, that had almost a boring feel and sound to it because it was so normal compared to all the crazy other weapons, the electricity weapons and the topiary thing that turns things into plants and all that. But it was still really good. I loved it all, and I loved how every single gun and every single hit and every jump, how it all felt in this controller, this PS5 controller. It still blows me away that when you clink tiny little feet on clanky metal, it feels like tiny little clinky metal. It feels like tiny clinky metal. It really does. When you shoot a big, heavy, fat gun, it feels like a big, fat, heavy feeling in your hand. It really does. When you're doing zappy stuff, it feels zappy. It's so much more than just a vibration happening at different speeds. That is not what's going on in here. I mean, I guess maybe that is the technology somehow, but it's not what it feels like. I never think, it's never in my head that there's just something vibrating. at just different frequencies, and it feels so much more than that. And the triggers too, all the different guns with the different trigger sensations, it feels so good when it bounces your finger, when you're doing like a machine gun type thing, or when you have to pull down and you feel the resistance and then it pops. It feels so good. It all feels realistic and immersive. But it's never a distraction. I'm never like, oh wait, my finger's been pushed around by the trigger. No, it feels right. It feels good. Acting across the board, I really liked. I said in the last one, the nefarious character is the one that sounds the most cartoony and comical, and I don't know. I guess that's not normally the type of like movies and shows that I watch and whatnot that have characters that are like that. I consider it like, oh, it's not real. It's too cartoony, too goofy. But I'm sure it's the style of the game. But all the other voices were great, and even whoever the actor is that does Dr. Nefarious, it's super cartoony, but it's still fun. It's campy. It's fun, and I'm happy with it. I actually kind of did sort of like the other Nefarious's voice a little bit more because it sounded more grounded. As much as this game is such a cartoony game. I really did love the maps. Even though they were small, I wish there were a larger maps. It was fun. My favorite parts are the things where you are like sliding down, you're racing, you're chasing. When I'm like spinning around that one giant robot, in sort of in the middle of the game. I don't remember what that robot was. I wish that's my one request of this game, is I wish you could like choose a chapter to go to, or like in Last of Us Part 2, they allow you to jump to either a chapter or to what do they call it? An incident? Not an incident, but certain fights. You can go to very specific fights, and I think I would love if Ratchet and Clank could do something like that. The collectibles are fun. Oh yeah, I guess that would be my other negative thing slightly, is that it's impossible to know how to track most of the stuff. If you go into your trophies, there are some things that say you have 5 out of 10 of something, but then there's tons of other things where there's a trophy for getting however many whatevers, but they don't tell you how many of the whatevers you have. Like when I was trying to do the headshots, I didn't know how many headshots I got with the headhunter gun. I had no idea if it was working or not, and that's really frustrating. They show you the 3 types of collectibles on the menu: the spy bot, the however much armor, and however many golden nut screw things. But there are other things. There's the challenges, or the circuitry thing, the hacking challenges. There's the Care Bear things, the Craig Bears, whatever they're called. You need to get them, some of them, for trophies. The glitch challenge is what they were called, yeah. So glitch challenges, the Krager Bears, and the spy bots. Oh no, the spy bots are there. The Krager Bears and the glitch challenges are not listed on there. The Blizon crystals that you need are not listed. The Lorbs weren't listed. But yeah, so I wish they listed that, and I think that would be the last of my complaints. It wasn't a deal breaker or anything. It was, I mean, I was able to do it, but I just wish it would be a little bit more clear. Yeah, New Game Plus is something I might do just on my own time. There's no reason to stream that because there's nothing new. Upgrading these weapons to level 10 could be fun, but still there's nothing new about it. And there's so many other games I still want to get to. But yeah, I give this game an A. I don't know. I haven't done I haven't done letter scores about anything before. I haven't done number scores. Out of 100, I'd give it like a 90, in the 90s. Yeah, except for it being a little too short and not being able to track some of the items that I wanted to be able to track. those are my two downsides. But as I said before, was it in this video? Did I even say in this video? No, I said in the previous video that having a smaller game allows, I believe, allows the team to focus all of their attention to a narrower area. So that narrower area, that narrower scope of a game, you can just put all of your talent into there, and that becomes super, super awesome, rather than kind of spreading it a little thin. With I wish I could like change this, but I guess not. Yeah, no, you can't. I can do that. And then smoosh me over here. Oh, 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 oh. Why does it do that? Why are you doing that? Still learning how this... No, why are you slipping and sliding? Oh my lord. I should have just left it. I feel like I'm cutting my hand off. Too close to my... This hand is just too close. So anyway, yeah, I would give it an A. And I loved it. I would play it again if I didn't have so many other games to get to. And okay, that's it. Now I'm rambling, and I just spent 30 seconds trying to fix something that didn't need to be fixed during our recording. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next playthrough, whatever that may be. Take care. Bye-bye.